Wyatt said it's, in my truck. Like, because everybody who left stuff on the boat, it was Wyatt's boat, so Wyatt put it in his truck, like it's normal. And so the phone was in possession in Wyatt's truck. And when that mom came over and asked for it, there was no issue at all with us giving the phone to her. I mean, Nolan just left it on the boat. We handed the phone to her that night of the 4th of July.
And did you guys go through the phone or?
Of course not. I mean, none of us had a reason to go through Nolan's phone. I mean, there's multiple phones on the boat. Why would it be? And the boat was having issues. Why would our concern be getting on Nolan's phone or something? I mean, I don't even know Nolan's password. None of my friends do. We had no reason ever to get on Nolan's phone and look at anything. I didn't even touch Nolan's phone. None of us touched Nolan's phone until somebody took it off the boat and put it in Wyatt's truck, and then no one touched it until we handed it back, to the mom that was at my buddy's house.
Did she pick? It was that.
All right, that's another one debunked. But I know you idiots are gonna continue going with the narratives that y'all made up with the Facebook detectives, right? Because that's what idiots do. They listen to Facebook detectives. They listen to idiots on social media that have no fucking clue what's going on, right? So once again, this is somebody that was there. This is somebody that knew Nolan. This is somebody that was close to Nolan, and he's telling you what happened with the phone. So all you idiots in my comment section talking about, what about the phone? What about the car keys? He literally just debunked both of those narratives. But see, y'all are so stupid, right? Y'all are going to continue believing the narratives because that's what you want, right? Y'all hate white people. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want this to be a hate crime. Y'all want this to be a lynching. So therefore, y'all going to continue latching on to that narrative. You want to know why? Because y'all are fucking stupid. That's why.
The only phone that she picked up, or was it other people's phone that they came and got? Or
that I know of, I think that was the only one that she had. But I'm not completely sure. I think that's the only one that she took Nolan's. That's it.
And so we're on the 4th, where the night, probably going into the morning of the 5th, this happens. Then the dad comes back at some point to get the keys. Right. What happened there? When was this and what happened?
Well, my buddy Brooks drove me and dropped me off at my house, and I woke up to a text the next morning that Miss Christina texted me, and she said, "Hey, Nolan's dad's there, is there at my buddy's house to pick up the keys." And I didn't think anything of it. I told her that I was praying for her, and that we were out there, and we were doing everything that we could to help out.
And when he came to pick the keys up, was there a confrontation, or? Because I could have sworn I saw on the news that when he came to pick the keys up, it was almost like an altercation because you guys didn't want to get the keys over, or you said you didn't know where the keys were at?
I mean, no, absolutely not. I mean, I wasn't there, but from what my friend told me, they just had to look for Nolan's keys. It's not like, why would we be hiding Nolan's keys? There's no reason to hide anything. This is our friend. We have nothing to hide. I mean, we were trying to do everything that we could to help out.
All right, so I want to be clear with this one thing, because I know you mentioned before that you have no reason to touch the phone. Obviously, you didn't touch the phone.
Right.
But is there any chance or any knowledge that you have that anybody deleted stuff from his phone?
Absolutely not. I mean, like I said, there was no reason for us to get on Nolan's phone. No one touched Nolan's phone, but if none of us had touched Nolan's phone, then, there's no reason for anything to be deleted. I mean, no one even was in contact with his phone until it was moved from the boat to the truck. And none of us have access to Nolan's password to get on his phone and delete anything. Absolutely not. And we have no reason to delete anything. I mean, there's nothing to hide here. I mean, we have had no reason to delete anything, and we never did.
All right, so I have some.
That's the power. See, this is the power of influence and the power of narratives, right? Because they literally did that. Ben Crump, these stupid ass Facebook detectives, and keep in mind, they're all black. And I hate to say it this way, but that's just the truth. The only people that are saying stupid shit when it comes to this case are black people. Every other race is looking at this case through an objective lens. Like, I wonder what happened. Let's listen to every side of the story. And of course, Nolan cannot speak for himself because he is dead, right? So let's listen to the friends. Let's listen to the people that are proven to be around him, that were proven to have love for him, right? And that were proven to be good friends with him. Let's listen to them, right? That's the logical thing to do. But you got the black community, right? That are choosing to listen to motherfuckers that don't know Nolan from Adam shit, don't know the white boys, never been to Mississippi, never been to Horn Island, but y'all are going to choose to listen to them because of y'all hatred for white people. Tell me that's not low IQ. Tell me that's not low IQ.
Something I want to make sure that we're clear about, because you had mentioned earlier that you saw Nolan cradling Katie. I think her name is Katie.
Yeah, Katie.
I just want you to explain, what does that mean? Some people in their mind, they may think he's cradling like a baby.
Yeah.
Like what is that scenario look like?
He was. I mean, Nolan was off. The last time I saw him, like I said, I was off the bow of the boat, and like I said earlier, if you had jumped off the bow of the boat, you were probably about chest or neck deep in water. So Nolan wasn't like carrying her out the water. She's sitting in the water, and Nolan's arms are under the water, and he's carrying her from under the water. But her head's still out of the water, Nolan's head's still out of the water, and I was looking at both of them. So.
Oh, so he's kind of like holding her.
Right.
Kind of like,
in the water, though.
Like we grown, right? There's two people in the water. They feeling each other.
Right.
Like meaning feeling they like each other.
Right.
And
that was obvious.
he's a little more close to her, and they're kind of having a moment.
Correct.
Not saying, not insinuating that it's sexual, but
no, of course not. Yeah.
They're together. They like each other. You looking at him, you like, bro, you crazy, because you know that he like her and he's hanging out with her.
Yeah, right, okay. Exactly.
That makes sense. And when was the last time that you saw Nolan? And then when was the last time that someone reported to you that Nolan was seen? Okay. If that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
You saw him at a certain point, but then someone else saw him a lot later when you guys were gone.
Right. Okay. So the last time I personally laid eyes on Nolan was at like 3:00, and he was, front of the boat with the girl, and that's the last time I saw him. But there were, I've talked to somebody personally that saw Nolan at 6:00, and someone, we weren't even the last people to see Nolan. Once we left, there was still dozens on dozens of boats around us. And I mean, clearly we were not the last people to see Nolan.
So Warren, I'm going to ask you some very pointed questions. I mean, just straight out.
Okay.
I didn't come down here to, do anything other but to get the truth, right, and for you to have a voice in this. Right. And the first thing I want to ask you is, did you kill Nolan?
Of course not.
Did you have anything to do with Nolan's death?
Of course not. And absolutely not.
They say that you guys deleted stuff out of his phone. Did you delete anything out of Nolan's phone?
No, of course not.
The mom acted like, or at least she portrayed on television, and the rumors are that you weren't really good friends with Nolan. Is that true or not?
Absolutely not. I hung out with Nolan probably like 3 days a week. I mean, seriously, at least. Some days my friends want to hang out every single day, and Nolan was always there. So,
and obviously people made
that made me want to question the mother too. You know what I'm saying? I want to question the mother, because what if the mother had something against white people? Y'all ever thought about that? What if the mother had something against white people and she never really approved of Nolan's white friends? What if the mother was the type to be like, hey, be careful with them white boys? You know what I mean? Like, you're the only black guy in the group, be careful with them. So if the mother already has an attitude and a mindset like that, of course she's going to feel a certain way if something happens to her son and he's surrounded by by white boys. You know what I'm saying? So it sounds like the mother already had that mentality prior to Nolan picking his friends and hanging out with his friends. And a lot of mothers, especially black mothers, a lot of black mothers are like that. Trust me, I know. You know what I'm saying? So that could play a factor too, that the mother personally has something against white people to begin with.
You see this and know the facts later, right, that you weren't able to go to the funeral or the memorial service.
Right.
Why didn't you go? What was that?
Well, I mean, with everything going on social media right now, with people saying the crazy things that they're saying, I would never want to take the attention off of Nolan and his family. They don't deserve that. And, for own personal reasons, I mean, I've gotten thousands of death threats. My family's got thousands of death threats.
And I wanted to speak on that. That would be a dangerous situation for him if he went to that fucked up ass funeral. You know what I mean? You got Ben Crump, Al Sharpton, you got all these race baiters there. You got all these riled up people at the funeral, and then you bring your white ass up there, and they already want to pin murder on your white ass. Like, no, he had no business going there. And it's sad to say it, but he would have put himself in the lion's den if he went to that funeral. You know what I mean? Like, it's common sense, bro. Don't go there. Same thing when Austin Metcalf father went to that convention with Dominique Alexander's stupid ass. Like, he went there with good intentions, but Dominique was there for bad intentions. To continue spreading the narrative and to continue causing division.
And, for my own safety, I'm not going to put my own health and safety at risk. It breaks my heart that I can't go, and it hurt me more than anything because, obviously I want to say my last goodbyes to one of my best friends. But, I mean, if I'm getting thousands of death threats of people saying they're going to kill me and do crazy things to my family and I couldn't bring myself to go because, I got to put my own safety first. And even if that means, missing my friend's funeral, I mean, it's horrible and I wish I could have been there, but that's what's been going on,
He not lying. People send me death threats for telling the truth. Black people send Officer Tatum death threats for looking for the truth. Or they call us tap dancers and Uncle Toms and Sambos, and they want to kill us because of that. So if black people receive death threats from other black people just because we're reporting unbiased news, imagine what black people would do to this white boy. Come on now.
And you guys, I think this is the first time that you've publicly gave a statement about this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And obviously you're doing it with me. We're going to put it out there for the world. Why did you choose to do it now? And why did you choose to not speak to anybody but me?
Right. Okay. Well, Officer Tatum, I've been watching you for a good while now. And, I think you're a great guy. You've kind of, ever since things got really hot, you've kind of been on my friends and I's side. And I really like that about you. I mean, I thought you were very confident and well-spoken, and I really enjoyed that. And all my friends and I watch you. We all think you're great. We love your faith with the Lord. We try to be closer and closer with the Lord every day. And so did Nolan, and, that we just really liked the way you spoke about us and how you took our side, not based off someone's agenda and, based off of race, because I mean that's a horrible thing,
Was this about race? Did this have anything to do with race as far as from your perspective?
Absolutely not. I mean, Nolan's been a great friend of mine since 8th grade. Nolan isn't my only friend of color, and I have plenty of friends through high school and friends I have now, not just Nolan, who are black, Mexican. I've never looked at that, and none of my friends ever have. Like, and if you do, that's disgusting,
And if you had a chance to, tell the world that have painted this picture of you and your friends as being potential murderers of Nolan, white supremacists, racists, what would you want the world to know if you can summarize to them in a very short paragraph or a few sentences?
Yeah.
What would you want to say to them if you had the opportunity?
I would want to say to them that my family and I are praying for y'all. I can never bring myself to tell somebody that I'm going to kill them and that I'm going to, I've received and my family's received absolutely horrible threats about this. And, I want people to know that our faith with the Lord is stronger and means more to us than anything. And we all trust in the Lord, and for the Lord to reveal the truth. And I know that's what will happen because I have faith and my family has faith. But I want people to know that I'm praying for them. And if they want to speak hate and speak, these horrible things, and I mean, you're obviously not in the right state of mind, and you need to work on yourself. It's a horrible thing, and but race was never a thing between Nolan and I and my friends. I mean, I have friends in my friend group that are Mexican and mixed, black. I mean, that's never mattered. And I think it's just absolutely disgusting that people try to make this narrative out of something that it's absolutely not, first off, and out of something that they have zero facts about. Jackson County hasn't released any facts. There haven't been any facts about this case other than that, just timelines and stuff like that. But it's horrible that people have made this out to be something that it's absolutely not, and it's disgusting in my opinion.
Well, you're dealing with stupid people, Warren. You're talking about stupid people. You're talking about low IQ people. They do this shit to black people. So imagine you being, I don't want to pause them like that.
Was Nolan?
Imagine you being a white boy and they already hate you because you're white. So yeah, they're gonna stand 10 toes down with being fucking idiots. They do it to black people. So imagine what they'll do to white people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's disgusting. Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's insane. But guess what? These are the people you're dealing with. The lowest sector of humans in the world. The lowest IQ level in America. It is what it is.
The only black person on that island?
Absolutely not. I saw a lot of black people. And like I said, I mean, it's not pointing out or anything. I mean, I wasn't looking at that, but my buddy Trayson was out there, and he's mixed. Javon was out there. He's came out. He's mixed. I know a bunch of my friends that are black that were out there that day that I haven't even mentioned. I mean, Nolan was not the only black person out there by no means. I mean, like there was thousands of people out there, white, Mexican, black, everyone,
And in the friend group, is Nolan the only black person in the friend group?
Absolutely not. My buddy Trayson's black. I have other friends of color. I mean, our friend group's very tight, and we have not a small group of guys, but we have 10 to 12 guys in my friend group, and we're all from Ocean Springs, and we grew up together. But Nolan is not the only black guy in my friend group by any means, and everybody knows that.
There's controversy around the CETO, right? You guys called it in.
Right.
They have that record of you guys, making that emergency call.
Right.
But then there's this, I guess, graphic of you guys traveling at a slow speed. Then all of a sudden you accelerate.
Right.
People are saying that that's an indication of something afoot or foul play going on in that timeline. What do you have to say to the naysayers who are mentioning that something must have happened, that you guys were going slow, then you accelerated all of a sudden?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely not. We got towed probably a quarter mile. Like I said, my buddy Bart drove his boat up next to ours after he pulled us out away from the island, and then he towed us a little more while we were trying to get the motor figured out. I mean, the motor would trim down. So then eventually, and the motor wouldn't trim down. And so eventually we figured out if you held the manual trim on the motor will stay in the water even when you start to accelerate. Because when my buddy would put the boat in gear and forward, the motor would come right back up. So it trimmed down, but then it'd come right back up when you went to go put it in forward and drive off. So yeah, we stopped at one point. My buddy pulled the plug out the boat, got back in the boat, the captain of the boat, got in the water, pulled the plug out the boat, got back in the boat, and hit it. And like I said earlier, we all transferred our weight to the front. So, because there was so much water in the back of the boat that when my buddy had it pinned out all the way, trying to go as fast as we can, and the boat was still sitting like this on the water. Wouldn't have been planed out. So we had to move all the way to the front of the boat. Everybody had to get on the bow, and eventually we planed. Everybody got sat back. And when you're on plane and you're going, water starts coming out the boat. Like that's the whole reason he pulled the plug, because when you come out,
I want y'all to pay attention to all the details that Warren is giving. Like you can't just make this shit up. This is detailed what he's saying. And I told y'all in my last video, it's hard to remember a lie, but it's easy to remember the truth because it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at how detailed, look at how on point he is by explaining all the issues with the boat, explaining why the boat was towed, explaining what happened behind the boat being towed, the speeds, this and that. He's on point with everything that he's saying, yet you dumbasses are just going to claim that he's lying because he's white and y'all want a narrative. That is so low IQ, man. That is so low IQ.
Water and you're on plane and the boat's level, water starts coming out the boat.
I'm learning shit listening to this.
That's why we came to a stop, so he could jump in the water, pull the plug, and then we hauled in. You know, there was no stopping, because if you do stop, the water starts coming back in the boat because the plug's out. So
there's nothing nefarious there. It's just a formality of trying to unplug the boat and
absolutely
get it,
not.
Get it docked properly.
Correct. I mean, we were just trying to, you know, solve the boat's issues, because we wouldn't have ever gone anywhere if the boat wasn't figured out. So
and Nolan being a really good friend of yours, really good friend of all of you guys, some of you guys have been accused of killing him. I mean, obviously he was somebody you knew, somebody you spent a lot of time with. With all that has gone on, if Nolan was here, what do you think he would say about all this?
I think Nolan has one of the most, I mean, Nolan's one of the best men I've ever met. I mean, he has an amazing heart. And like I said in the beginning, I mean, Nolan is one of the nicest and sweetest people I've ever met. I mean, seriously, he had no hate in his heart whatsoever. I think if Nolan knew this was going on, he'd be sick to his stomach. I mean, Nolan hated all hate and arguing and drama. He didn't like any of that. So, I mean, I think if Nolan knew this was going on, he'd be very, very upset. I mean, it's horrible. If he knew his friends were getting these threats and, you know, we were, you know, felt threatened for our lives, I mean, Nolan would be traumatized if he was here, like, and if he knew that. Like, I mean, he was a person of no violence, and, you know, he had a really good heart. He would hate it.
Y'all hear this? Y'all hear that? And I believe him wholeheartedly. And for you dumb motherfuckers that's gonna claim that this man is lying, you're just a dumbass. Listen, it's okay to call people stupid. I tell y'all all the time, stupid people exist. Stupid people are real. It's okay to call people stupid. It's okay. The fact that this man sitting up here expressing himself, telling the story, he knows Nolan. Y'all don't. He grew up with Nolan. He went through shit with Nolan. I'm pretty sure that he has the best assessment when it comes to how Nolan would feel about you stupid motherfuckers spreading these narratives about what's going on right now. Ben Crump, Al Sharpton, you dumbasses on social media, you dumbasses on TikTok, you dumbasses on Facebook, you dumbasses on X. Yeah, we talking about y'all. Spreading all these fake ass narratives, spreading all this bullshit for the simple fact that you hate white people. Nolan would be mad at your ass. Your ass. But y'all gonna continue being stupid. You wanna know why? Because y'all are narcissistic, y'all are insufferable, and y'all are loud, proud, and objectively wrong and objectively stupid.
Your friendship with Nolan inspired you to want to speak out?
Of course. I mean, I know Nolan. And like I said, I've been really tight with Nolan since 8th grade. And he's a best friend of mine. He's like a brother. And Nolan's the type of guy to fight back for what's right and fight for the truth. And I know Nolan would tell me if he was here to fight back and make sure the truth is out and make sure your word is out, because that's what matters most.
So after all that's been said in this interview, do you have any theories about what could have possibly happened to Nolan?
You know, my buddies and I have talked about it. And like I said, I mean, I've been on the water my entire life. My friends have. It's not like we're unexperienced in this, but Nolan was my best friend, and he was my friend's best friends. And well, he was like a brother to me. And more than anything, and the thing that's most important is what happened to him. And I mean, I want to know just as much as anybody else. I mean, that's all, like, my friends haven't stopped talking about that. Like, what happened, and, you know, like, just trying to figure it out. But I would never want to put it on somebody else because of the hate that I've received for just being out there around them, and my name getting brought up because I called the Coast Guard. I was the first one to call the Coast Guard. I mean, I don't know, and I want to know more than anybody. I mean, my friends and I are like very, like, have been wondering this for a while, and, you know, we just want to know as much as anybody else what happened to him. But I would never want to sit here and blame anybody else and put this on anybody else because of the hate and death threats that my family and my friends have received. It's horrible, and I would never want someone else to, like, experience that, you know?
Yeah, especially if there's no evidence to it.
Exactly.
So I got two more things I want to address directly. It's been said out there that you guys immediately delete your social media, lower it up, as if you were in some type of fear that you would be implicated in this. What do you say to that?
I mean, of course we lured up, and of course, you know, I deleted my social media. I was getting death threats before anything ever came out because I was the one that called the Coast Guard.
There you
I
go.
mean, people.
There you go. You gotta understand, people will find a way to find you. If somebody is insane enough, social media can be very dangerous. And people, they got their ways. I don't know how. It was this chick that followed me on Instagram. She got my number somehow. I don't know how the fuck she did it, but she got my phone number. And I don't know. I really don't know. And I'm not nothing against this chick. We don't have no beef or nothing like that. But I have no clue how this chick got my phone number. I ain't got it in my bio. I ain't got it in nothing. My phone number is nowhere associated near Instagram. Now my email is, but my phone number is not. So I have no clue how she got that shit. So yeah, I don't blame them. I would have deleted my shit too.
Put this all on me because I was the one that called. I was the one that was, you know, worried. My friends were just as well. I mean, of course I deleted all my social media. I was getting insane death threats, like stuff I couldn't even believe 2 days after. And, you know, we went straight to the police. I wanted the police to come and ask questions. I wanted them to know and have all of my information. And, I mean, people were accusing me of murdering my best friend. It's sick. I mean, like, just because of race. I mean,
Well,
it's disgusting. People. It makes me sick to my stomach.
There's sick people.
I mean,
brother.
I got off of social media because there were people saying insane things to me and my family, and I just couldn't sit there and look at it. I mean, that's it.
And Warren, thank you so much, man, for being bold and courageous, for telling your story. The purpose of me doing this and flying down here is because I wanted to know for myself. I always felt that the narrative that was out there wasn't quite complete. It seems like there was a rush to judgment. And I know that you could have taken the opportunity to say, you know what, I'm not going to say anything. I'm afraid for my life. And I'm just not going to put my neck out there. Right. But I applaud you and appreciate you for stepping up, for doing what Nolan would be proud of you doing. And that is putting your word out there and not letting the naysayers run with the narrative.
Of course.
And you being a young guy, I'm much older than you. Mm-hmm. I could take the punches.
Right.
You know, I love dishing it out. Mm-hmm. But for you as a young man to really put your neck out there, to stand up for your friends and stand up for Nolan is very honorable. And I appreciate you doing this interview with me.
Well, I appreciate you. I mean, you being here and flying down has meant a lot. And I mean, I just wanted to get my story out there because I know that's what Nolan would want me to do. And I want the truth to come out, and I pray that the good Lord reveals the truth to everybody. So thank you, Brandon.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right. Part five coming soon. Oh, is this? I think this is Javon. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know who this is, but we're going to find out. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, you're dealing with stupid people. You're dealing with sick people. You're dealing with people that have an indoctrinated hatred towards white people. So there is no getting through to them, right? But one thing about me, I'm gonna spread the truth, I'm gonna spread the evidence, and I'm going to spread the facts. Once again, shout out to Officer Tatum. Part 5 coming soon. Y'all stay tapped in. Peace, love, and blessings to everybody.